I consider this movie a personal attack. Not all critics are evil, folks, despite what you may have heard. Hi, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raised on Popcorn with Grant, everybody. And today we are talking about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here. And that movie is The Critic. The Critic is a new film. New-ish. We'll get there. The Critic is directed by Anand Tucker, whose only film I recognize is Leap Year, or as Kermode called it, Leapy Ear. What is The Critic about? And it's based on a novel called Curtain Call by Anthony Quinn. I don't think it's the Anthony Quinn we're all thinking of. The Critic centers on a theater critic in the 1930s. He's played by Ian McKellen, who is gay. Behind closed doors, because of fascism and homophobia, it's illegal in 1930s England. And he's the most scathing critic of all time. He attacks everybody, particularly a young theater ingenue played by Gemma Arterton, who's great as always. And but very soon finds himself ousted by the new hand writing the ship of the newspaper he works for. This new hand is played by Mark Strong, who's kind of wasted here, but is still very good. And very soon his life turns into turmoil. It turns out he must put his trust in said starlet, played again by Gemma Arterton, to find his way out of it, but very soon finds himself in a deep hole of vengeance and, not so savory things. And it sounds more interesting than it actually is. And yeah, let the bitchiness and the backstabbing begin. Okay, I was in a theater by myself for this movie. This movie premiered at a festival, I think it was TIFF last September. It was an hour and 35 minutes. It is now, in its current form, an hour and 41 minutes. Apparently, it's because they added a few additional scenes and completely changed and reshot the ending from the festival version. Here's my question. Why would you change the ending if the beginning and the middle were no good either? Guys, I'm going to be real with you. The Critic is not the worst film I've seen this year, not even close, but it might be the most disappointing. I kind of hated it. I'm going to be real with y'all. You know me, I'm not somebody, I like slow cinema. This movie was really fucking boring. And it shouldn't have been. Here's the thing. I love British period dramas. I love Ian McKellen. I love Gemma Arterton. I love Mark Strong. I love everybody in the supporting cast. Among them, Ben Barnes, Leslie Manville, and Alfred Enoch. Like, these are all people I like. And it's a story about a theater critic, and there's backstabbing and vengeance and murder and intrigue. But here's the thing. Those are what it's aspiring to be. This is my question about this film. What is this film about? What is the point of it? There is an actual message here, and I think it's a message that has value, which is fascism should never be allowed within the arts, and also, homophobia, which is also, of course, a bedfellow of fascism. That is a good point, and that is something, especially in a post-Trumpian world, that needs to be explored on screen. But the key word is explore. The problem with The Critic is that it's off to the side. This movie is just... None of these characters develop from the beginning of this movie to the end of this movie. And it's not the fact that they're unlikable. They all are. But it's not the fact that the characters are unlikable. There's some great movies where not a single character is a good person. But there's got to be the sense that, something has happened. That somebody has grown over the course of a film. I never felt that with The Critic. I just kind of passively sat there and watched it and just was like, Ian McKellen is great. He's always great. You could have a 30-minute documentary of him eating a sandwich, and I'd probably still want to give him an Oscar. There are some moments that really zing. There's one particular scene involving him and Arterton about his criticisms and why he has such a specific criticisms toward her. That is powerful and feels like it comes from a smarter movie. But they're few and far between. And the issue with the Critic is that it's fundamentally an empty film. There's just not a film here. Maybe on the page, as in its original form as a novel, this could have been really gripping. But as a film, it doesn't translate. It just feels dead in the water. Nothing happened. You just feel like you leave the theater, you're like, yeah, I watched a movie. I also didn't like the implication of this movie's ending that seemingly like the world would be a better place if, like, according to this movie, not I'm quoting the movie really, not myself. If people in the LGBTQIA plus community just stick to what they know and keep their mouth shut, which I think, considering that Ian McKellen himself is gay, that's a little bit why? Why is that there? Like, I know that's probably not the film's intention, but it comes off that way. This movie it didn't work, and I thought that, like, this should have been a layup. Like, you have these great actors, and it's a premise that has potential, but nothing really came together for me. And it was just kind of unpleasant. There was nothing to it that really had any, but not even unpleasant in a way that was thoughtful. Like, I'm going to forget this movie after this review is over, which is a shame, because I think that it could have been something special. Oh well. Anyway, The Critic, I'm going to give it, I'm not going to give it 0 stars, because I think that, again, there are things about it that work. I'll give it 1.5 out of 5 stars. I think it's a little bit generous, but I'm going to give it 1.5 stars, because I do think that, again, Ian McKellen is great. The cast is great, and I think that it had promise, but I just think it didn't deliver on it. I wasn't angry at it. It was just kind of like, well, that's a missed opportunity. People that talented shouldn't be making, like, whatever movies. You know what I mean? Like, it should be able to make movies work. And it uses McKellen especially as a crutch to kind of prop up this sort of thin gruel of material. It's too bad. So yeah, this critic is giving The Critic a negative review. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, The Critic, 1.5 out of 5 stars. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. Hard Truths. Now this looks really good. This is the latest film from Mike Lee, who did Happy Go Lucky, of course, which is what I know him best for. Looks really, really good. Conclave, talked about it, looks good. Lee, talked about it, looks good. Flight Risk. It's a cool premise, directed by Mel Gibson. That's what I'm worried about, because I don't think he's a good filmmaker. I'm sorry. Hot take. I don't think I've liked a single one of his, and that includes Braveheart. I'm not a fan of Mel Gibson as a filmmaker. I'm sorry. Whiplash 10th anniversary, talked about it, looks good. A Different Man, talked about it, looks good. And A Real Pain, talked about, well, we're going to review it. I've seen it. It's great. And was there shawarma? No, there was not. All right. Although there was, like, a dedication at the very, very end. But no, there wasn't, like, a scene. Anyway, yeah, that's it. We will be back right after this for the 4:30 movie. And after that, Dan First Encounter. And tomorrow is Am I Racist? Yes, you are, Matt Welsh. Transformers 1. Usher, Rendezvous in Paris. And Sunday, we'll have a review of Matthew Vadalara 2, the latest Hollywood film. And Tuesday is Casa Bonita Mi Amor. And Wednesday is The Substance. So that's coming up. And that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I might share with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Love you all, classes missed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do. Or so I've been told. Leave a comment. Even if it's, hey, Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. And if you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can find me on all my social media. I'm on literally everything, and either Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn. Take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of The Critic? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we were all Raised on Popcorn. Make mine's extra butter. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. See you around. Bye.